everybody. My name is Rowan, and welcome to Atlantic Fleet. Now, I remember playing this game a while back, and I decided to return to it because I thought to myself, hey, this was actually a pretty heckin' boppin' game. So we're gonna go over to campaign. We're going to start a new campaign as the British. I'm probably going to have a separate series where I start off as the Germans. But for now, we're going to be starting off as the Royal Navy. This is going to be fun. So, we're starting all the way out in, all the way out near South America. And apparently there's a German freighter here. I don't know why. Why would there be a freighter out of all the places all the way out here? So, focus here. So over here is where you can purchase all sorts of ships. Start off with any kinds of ships you want. That renowned up there, that's basically our money. So we're gonna slide on in and purchase the DD Laufrey destroyer. I'm gonna pick that first. And start off at night, which is just great. So the way this game works, it's pretty simple. It's turn-based. You try and find the enemy ship, and then hopefully, if you're lucky, you'll sink them. Again, hopefully without too much trouble. So we're going to load up HE shells. Now, we do have a little radar that helps us, but it's not exactly the most precise thing. It'll give you a rough estimate of where you need to aim, but other than that, the rest of it's guesswork. So we actually got quite a few hits there. We sort of overshot a little bit, so we're gonna correct that next time. And that's basically the main meat and bones of the game. Now later on, you can get different types of ships like aircraft carriers, submarines. Actually, that was a big overshot. Actually, we're gonna need to recorrect that. We're gonna straight up chase this guy down because we have we'll still have like 4 cannons aiming in front. We're actually gonna load up AP rounds. Direct hit. He is not doing well. Anyways, yeah, you can get all sorts of ships and stuff. Now, obviously, since this is set more in the Atlantic... Oh, he sunk! Okay. Oh my god. I think he just had a massive explosion. Yeah, he is not doing too well. We're just gonna finish our turn here. Yeah, we won. So that's basically the main gist of the game. Now, these first few missions, they kind of ease you into the gameplay. You know, you're only fighting, like, weak, mostly, like, pretty much unarmed freighters. So you can just zoom on in with your destroyer or whatever ship you start off with and just, like, kill them. So this is a pretty simple beginning. We're gonna snipe this boy right here. That was an overshot, so we're gonna correct that next time. Probably, this is why I usually pick the, like, British fleet first. Mainly because, again, they have aircraft carriers to start off with. And aircraft carriers are really good, mainly because it can make up for if you have terrible aim. Like me, for instance. So if I had an aircraft carrier, I would, like, sink this guy within, like, turn 3. So, again, it pays to have an aircraft carrier, but also those things are really expensive and really weak. And occasionally you'll land a really big hit like that, which just absolutely nukes the poor freighter. Oh my god. He did not do too well. He is just... yeah. Next mission here, we're actually going to be... now this time, we're actually going to be fighting a ship that can actually fight back. The ZHK Penguin. Don't let its appearance fool you. This thing might look like a freighter at first, but upon closer inspection, it's got, like, actually a bunch of cannons and even, like, some torpedoes on it. It's even got a little freaking catapult plane on top of it, so this thing is armed and dangerous. which is all the more reason why we need to, like, put this guy, like, 6 feet under. There we go. All of those hits, actually, that was pretty devastating. He can only really get one cannon on us, so we sort of have that advantage. He is heading straight towards us, though, which is bad for accuracy, but that didn't really seem to stop us when we absolutely annihilated him. Oh my god, yeah, the Penguin's not doing too well. So, we're gonna just keep bullying this guy. One more salvo. Hopefully we'll put him down, because I don't want to stay here any longer than I have to. I'm gonna fire a quick volley. Still nothing. Okay, we might... Well, he is listing. He is sort of listing over, so we might be able... I think a couple more broadsides like that, and, like, he's not gonna be having a good day, to put it lightly. Go. Oh, yeah, he's not having a good time. He's just all jacked up. I swear, he is so close to just, like, straight up capsizing. Okay, he actually landed. Oh, God! Did he sink us? No, he didn't sink us. But he's very close. In fact, he's so close that my crew members are actually kind of drowning. That's how bad he shot us. See, that's why the Penguin's dangerous. You might think it's easy pickings, but the second that thing lands a solid hit on you, you are in the bone zone. So we're gonna keep up. We're gonna keep fire up on him. He sank. Oh, God. I think he just sank our ship. I think we just sunk each other. I think we actually just sank each other. Okay, we didn't sink, but the Laufrey took, like, a, ridiculous hit. I actually thought we sank each other. That would have been ridiculous. Okay. So now we got some more money on our hands. Now we can actually afford some higher quality ships. So this time we're going to buy an aircraft carrier. Mainly an escort carrier, the Bogue. Mainly because it can actually carry more bombs, or carry higher quality bombers. So we're going to purchase that. Now, usually I always buy an aircraft carrier as soon as I can, for one specific reason, and you're going to see that reason come up pretty fast. We're gonna go with, like, bombers with rockets, because why not? We're just gonna go there. Now this is an actual destroyer. This guy can actually, like, do some damage. He can actually, like, he actually has the skills to pay the bills, so we're gonna wipe him out as soon as possible. We're gonna use HE shells, since HE shells are really a lot better at taking out destroyers. And we missed all our shots, and I'm kind of hoping that he does the same. Okay, yeah, he missed all his shots. Now, as you saw with the aircraft carrier, we couldn't immediately just spam out, like, bombers. We actually have to set them up. So this next stage, we're going to launch one. Pretty standard process. And then after this turn, we should be able to use our newly formed air group to strike at the enemy, deal some pretty nasty damage. HE shells actually sort of hit him, sort of didn't. He's on fire, though, so he's hurting. Okay, our ship is on fire now, too, so we're also hurting. But this battle should be over with this next turn, because we now have our aircraft operational. And we're going to put them to good use. Rocket planes are really fun to use, but also really not practical against the heavier ships. Like, when you're fighting something like a destroyer, which is, you know, really lightly armored in comparison, you can afford to... And that was a 4-gun miss. Okay, that wasn't what I was expecting. But... yeah, rockets, as you can see, really hard to aim. Generally speaking, you want to use bombs most of the time you're engaging an enemy. They're just way more practical. Unless you're fighting submarines, in which case you want to depth charge them. But, you know, when you do get to use rockets on a plane, it's really fun. Also, we just took another hit there. Didn't seem to be too bad for us, which is good. We're gonna try and line up another rocket attack. And this time actually, you know, not miss horribly. There we go. Oh, those are actually looking really good. We just knocked out a turret. Their bridge pretty much went up in flames. So they're definitely not doing good. Okay, increased our elevation a little bit. Really good hits there. The T-22 is definitely not having a fun time. One of its main guns are knocked out, so they're not nearly as deadly. So we're gonna just hopefully finish him off with this next rocket attack. That's kind of what I'm going for. Down. Give him the 1-2 smackaroo. Yeah. Like I said, rockets, like, once you start fighting the actual, like, armored German, like, cruisers, once you actually fight, like, the German cruisers and whatnot, rockets become extremely impractical, like, really fast, you know, already because of the fact that they're ridiculously hard to aim and just infuriating. But without the way, we finally sunk the T-22 after absolutely bopping it. Yeah, it was not doing too well. It was dying so fast. The Laufrey did actually take the hits himself, but overall it wasn't too bad. Now, we're gonna end off the episode right after this level here. So we're gonna do this last level before we end off the episode. So we're gonna be fighting 2 warships. And the large freighter isn't really a threat, so we're gonna kind of leave them alone. So we're actually gonna ready up some bombers with bombs. I usually never use the torpedo function on the bombers because, well, just like the standard bombs, there's just so much more practical. And if I really wanted to use torpedoes, I would just get a submarine. I wouldn't even bother with trying to, like, ready up a freaking, like, batch of torpedo planes. That's just not practical, at least I believe. Maybe if you're fighting a, like, really big ship, like, I don't know, the Bismarck. But if not, then it's just not worth your time. Now, we actually did land some good hits there, as you saw. I can't pronounce that. I don't know. I don't know German names. But, you know, they're hurting. They're on fire. Which is good. I'm gonna launch off our TBF Avengers here. Got a really big air group of them, which is always good. Oh, shoot. So the Georg Thiel just launched a bunch of smoke, which is bad for us. Thankfully, we weren't really aiming at him to begin with, but basically what smoke does is that, you know, you can't use your radar against the ship. You can't, like, use aircraft on that ship. It's basically, like, sort of invulnerable. Now, you can still aim for that ship, and if you have some good guesswork, you could still probably sink it, but it just makes it, like, 10 times more difficult. It's just not really practical. So, again, another set of misses. George Thiel isn't really doing anything still. I'm pretty sure he's just done another, like, no, he hasn't even used any smoke up. So we're gonna just sink the George Thiel since we don't really have any other, since our other ship isn't really prioritizing them. We're gonna just get him out the way before he can actually do something dangerous. So on the British escort carrier, you usually get a swordfish or a biplane that only carries 3 bombs. Yeah, TBF carries 4 bombs, and it really helps. Even though we didn't get a direct hit there, yeah, it's dead. It's freaking, yeah, it's dead. That's what I kind of like about this game sometimes. You can, like, shoot at a ship, absolutely unload on it. And then at first, you might think that the ship's still alive, and then a couple seconds later, you just see a big explosion go off on the thing, and it's like, you know right there that it's just gone. That ship is gone. It is dead. It's not gonna recover. It's in the bone zone. Still not really worrying about that light freighter. We are gonna target the large freighter. I mean, not light freighter. We're gonna target the large freighter with our bomber. Hopefully knock it out the fight before it becomes too much of a nuisance. We're gonna just dive on down. Drop our 4 bombs off. Yeah. Yep, there it goes. See, like that, right? You think like, you know, okay, we did a lot of damage to that ship, but it ain't sunk. And then all of a sudden, it just blows up. That's probably the most satisfying thing ever. Now, even though it's the most satisfying thing to pull off, it's also really dissatisfying. Number one, it's dissatisfying if you miss, but it's also dissatisfying when that happens to you. Especially if it's something like an aircraft carrier. Because 1 second you'll think like, okay, I can still salvage this, and then it just nukes itself, and you know that it's boned, like you're dead. We're gonna finish him off with the TBF Avenger here. Again, this is why you always want to get aircraft carriers as soon as possible if you're playing on the British team, because they can just, like, single-handedly win fights. Now, obviously, you always want some other ship to be there to act as, like, a target for them, but, yeah. Aircraft carriers this early on can really clutch the game. Oh, okay, that was confusing. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video of the Atlantic Fleet, and I will see you guys later.